Yes.
Oh, all set? Okay. Good evening, welcome to the February 20th, 2025 Heritage Commission meeting for Litchfield. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Let's roll call.
Gail,
Oh, sorry. We
Oh,
should.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Steve Gannon, Selectman's Rep.
Gail Berenger, member.
Stephen Callowell, member.
Carl Frank,
Acting
Vice-
chairman.
yeah, Vice Chair, Acting Chair.
Corey Flint, alternate member.
Okay, and Marion is excused, she couldn't make it.
So we should move to make Corey a voting member if need be.
Sure.
Yes.
Is that a
I'll
motion?
make a motion to,
Okay.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I guess we should have asked him if he wanted it, right?
Well, but good remembering on
I've
your
got too many
part.
things going on, sorry, can't. Okay, yeah, have we all looked at the December 2024 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Okay.
I'll
moved by
second.
Steve, second by Gail. Any discussion?
That was-
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna abstain because I haven't had a chance to look at them, and I don't know if I was here or not.
I thought you were.
You were here.
Were- was I?
Yeah. It was
Seems
a
like-
while ago. It took me, I had to go back quite a
Oh,
bit.
we're already-
And then I'm
yeah,
like,
we're
oh,
already
that's
in
right, we didn't have a
February.
meeting last month. Yeah, okay. Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to tonight's agenda?
Nothing I'm aware of.
Okay. I see no one for public input, unless you need to. Okay, all right. Doesn't hurt to ask. Okay, next item, 2024 annual report was submitted. Looking forward to reading that. Archaeological, archaeological presentation encore. I'm not sure what that means, but I have a feeling that's,
Well, what happened the last time we had the archaeological survey presentation over at the fire station?
I couldn't be there for that. I was really
Okay.
Yeah.
disappointed.
Well, that was to have been taped.
Oh.
And at the end of the presentation, John said to me, oh, error, it didn't get taped. But it did. You can
Oh.
access it
Oh,
on
really?
YouTube.
Oh, all right, I'll look for it.
And so, before we knew that, we had said, well, maybe we should have Matt back for a presentation in January and make sure that it is taped.
Okay.
And I asked him if he'd be willing to do that, and he said, yes, he'd be happy to. In fact, they had finished with the last bag of artifacts to research them, and would be returning those to us. And so, then it came to light that it had been taped, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Do you think we should go ahead with one, or,
Well, I can look for it and see.
I mean, I can ask, he is willing to do it, if you think we ought to. It was very well attended, it was a packed house.
But I don't know if it was taped and it's recorded, I don't know what more we'd get out of it, and if anybody else would attend.
It's a good chance to get norovirus or the flu.
Well, unless we've learned anything new since that time.
Well, that's true. Let me talk to him.
Okay,
And see what he
yeah, all right.
says.
But you do make a persuasive argument.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd pay extra for that.
Okay.
Okay. Report on the status of historic district project. My understanding is that's not going to be on the ballot?
No, it's not going to be on the ballot. We withdrew the measure, and we withdrew the measure mainly because Kim Kleiner was kind enough to submit what we had to the town legal council. And they had a number of suggestions
Oh.
to work with us.
Okay.
But there was no time for any of this, Carl.
All right.
It had come down to the last minute. We couldn't get that all done, so we said, well, we'll withdraw it. And, sometime over the summer, we'll start working on this again, using the same outline that we have, only with the suggestions of town council.
Okay.
And then we'll, again, go to the planning board.
Yeah, the once-a-year town meetings can be difficult for
Yeah.
getting stuff done. Adoption of the state building code's another one. Each town's supposed to adopt it. And if the town's amendments aren't reviewed by the Building Code Review Board in time for the meeting, then it has to wait another year. Anyway, 250th celebration to start in early summer. So
Okay, well, we had our first meeting of the Historical Society about a month ago. And remember, it's a combined event proposal by both the Historical Society and the Heritage Commission. The
Right.
selectmen asked
Yeah.
us to do that. And so we were talking about it. And we came to the conclusion, we had had one meeting in the late fall. And we had about six or seven people there. So that was a good start. But it seemed that but we had so many people telling us they wanted to be involved and so forth. So I said, well, maybe it's a little bit too early to be starting. Because when something's 2 years away, it's hard to get people enthused about planning it.
that'll be here before you know it.
I know, before
Yeah.
we know it.
Uh-huh.
So we thought maybe this summer, we would have another meeting to get people going and start to get committees organized. Because our thoughts are that we'll have a weekend-long event. We will have two different venues. One day, we will be down at the Old Town Center. We will have our parade down there so that we don't run into the problems that we have on Albuquerque. And we'll have the town center all opened up as we did for the 275th, the church, the old town hall, and the library.
That was awesome.
Yep, and little tours and
Yep.
stuff going on. And this time we'll involve the cemetery behind the church because there are some important historic stones there and that sort of thing. And then the next day, or the day before, we will have events out at either Dara or at the high school with all sorts of things going on, with food trucks and fireworks and all whole 9 yards that we won't be able to have down at the Old Town Center.
Mm.
We don't want to keep you all up all night with fireworks. and
Well, we
stuff.
don't want to make our friends over in Merrimack jealous
Right,
with the
jealous of the
fireworks
fireworks.
display. Because we never hear their fireworks displays over
Yeah,
there.
right.
Well, I'll harken back to your reference to 275th, because that was a fabulous event.
Yeah.
And I think that we learned a lot in terms of how to set up a celebration. This will include, of course, this conservation, recreation, draw everybody in. And I'm even thinking that there must be some way that we could get the 855 and over communities to do their own presentation, be part of it, join us in the celebration of our birthday.
The only comment I have on it is, it was said to me, is that as we get closer, we don't have to worry about it now, but like you said, this summer, when we start forming a committee, we have to keep in mind that any subcommittee has to adhere to the same rules as a committee, so that it have to be public notice, it have to be in public meetings, agendas, minutes and stuff like that. So it'll have to be formal, but that's something, like I said, as we get closer to it, we'll start.
And the other thing that
Sure,
we're
it's-
thinking about is not having our events on the weekend of July 4th.
Yeah, because so
Everybody's
much
going to
demand.
take off to go to Boston, or go over to Portsmouth, or some great historic center like that. And we probably wouldn't have a terrific turnout.
Yep.
So if we did it a couple of weeks before or a couple of weeks after, we'd probably have a lot more townspeople turn out for the event.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because I know Amber's dead set on having her 4th of July parade down Albuquerque every year. So if we have a parade 2 weeks before and then have the 4th of July parade on the 4th of July, that would work out great.
Yeah.
That way we aren't
Yeah, we'll work
fighting
that
each
out.
other, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we can work that out.
I have a question for Steve in terms of your suggestion. I'm assuming, and I'll depend upon you to straighten me out, if, say, conservation is going to be part of this and have an event and activities and whatever, I would think that when they discuss that at their official meeting, that would serve as notice to the town?
Well, so what I was told is if we do form an official subcommittee for, the event or for the, orchestrating it all, that needs to be, the same rules have to apply. We have to have a meeting. There could be representatives from each group, but the actual, subcommittee that's gonna manage it, sponsor it, run it, orchestrate it, that should be a.
The general committee.
Yeah, the general committee,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's basically, if we have people that wanna come out and help, they just need to submit this volunteer form. What we have to do is make sure that all our volunteers are signing the right paperwork, getting the background check done and all that. We have strict rules that if you're gonna be around children, working around children, you have to have a background check. So we wanna make sure that everybody who's gonna be on these subcommittees representing the town have been, vetted properly.
If you're already on a committee, though, aren't you already?
You're already set, yeah.
Okay.
But I assume there'll be other people coming,
Yeah.
there'll be more public that are gonna wanna join. We just wanna make sure that they are going through the proper
Thank
channels.
you.
And it's nothing more than what we've all done. Do you wanna be on the board? Yep, okay, sign here, show up every,
Would you like to be
Yeah, at
chairman?
some point, we'll have to have a master list
Mm.
of everybody who's
Sure.
helping to plan.
Yep.
All right, anything else on that?
At this point, that's about it.
Okay. All right, if there is no more new business, then motion to adjourn?
A second. Make a motion to adjourn the February 20th, 2025 Heritage Commission meeting.
Okay,
I will second it.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thanks, everyone.